Jamaicans come calling once again. That's Richards on the far side. A bit of a shoving match with the SSFL Future Stars player. And eventually it goes the way of the Jamaicans. It will be a corner for Jamaica, the first of the match in this 2025 Jewels of the Caribbean Under-17 games. Brian London is the coach of the SSFL's Future Stars, a team that has been chosen from the best players of the Secondary Schools Football League. That title was decided only on Wednesday gone, nearly a week ago. Pleasantville winning that game against Mexico in an exciting penalty shootout 5-3 after a 2-all draw. Great match indeed, great advertisement for the women's game. Bigger challenges for those players as the Jamaicans looking for the opening goal here. Here's the shot. That's deflected. And that was heading goalward. Jamaica under 17, there's Stewart getting it back towards Williams. Square pass from Leckie. Turning nicely. That's a good bit of play there by Daly. But her shot is wide of the mark. So another let-off here for the SSFL Future Stars. One of the great Calypsonians of Trinidad and Tobago, a former extempo champion also, coached Pleasantville to glory last week. We'll be hoping to get some more bits of glory here against this Jamaica under-17 team. It will be a huge feather in his cap if he can get a win here against them. Jamaica very much the standard of Caribbean women's football, and they have been for quite a while. They're struggling to get this one clear. The Jamaicans camped just outside of the area. Stewart, and the shot comes in, deflected again. Oh, the yellow of the Jamaicans, yellow and green, the gold and green of Jamaica. They are all over the SSFL Future Stars at the moment. So some work here for Brian London and his staff, which includes Desiree Sargent and Kerwin Francois, the assistant coach. They'll have to do some work from the sidelines here to get their players back in business. Jamaica very narrow at the moment here, taken away by the SSFL Stars. They do have, the SSFL Stars do have Seeley up in front, but she's cut a very lonely figure so far. Here come the Jamaicans. Can she turn in the box here? Hack clear. Almost seems like the Jamaicans are playing with 13 players that minute. This one's knocked through the middle, but that's hit too long. And the keeper, Kidd, comes through and knocks that one clear. Anything but an even start so far between these two teams, SSFL Future Stars and the Jamaica under-17s. And you can tell that the local team have been rattled here by the skill, the speed, and the tenacity of this Jamaica. Ako will have the throw. Something flew onto the field, so that's what the hold-up was about. Knocked out a play there by Jamaica. McLean was the one who knocked that one out of play. Here's a chance for Guerrero to drive to the line, but unable to keep that one in play. That will be ball for Jamaica. So heading up towards the middle of the first half here. 0-0 at the moment. The SSFL Future Stars have dodged several bullets so far. Jamaica haven't found their top gear just yet, at least in the striking department. Ako does well.
gets the play forward. Herbert tries to turn, but taken away from her by the fellow number 6, Lecky. Seeley wants to get that ball onto her right foot. Oh, she does well. Gets through 2 players. Is there anyone inside? Nice turn by Seeley. And here's Guerrero. Still a long way to go. Now Jamaica under 17s take it over again. Here's Jones. Some width here in the attack. Richards. Can she keep this in play? Doesn't. It will go the way of Jamaica. And they will have a throw in on the far side of the field. Attempting to turn. Well, a shove in the back of the Trinidad and Tobago player, but the referee interprets that rather dimly towards the local team, and that is another corner. It's clearly a shove in the back of the TNT player. Paul, the captain, went to ground. She's standing there at on the near post at the moment. Jamaica think about taking this short, but Guerrero is having none of it. Referee is telling her she needs to get back the approved distance. Guerrero, I think, was encroaching a little bit. Here's Jamaica with the shot. And that is just too high and not too handsome. This tournament in its 3rd year of existence. And it has been a very, very welcome addition to women's football. Started actually in 2023. When it started in 2023, it was the only bit of football that the women had in that post-COVID period, at least the younger women who play for Trinidad and Tobago, and it did give them the opportunity to get a good run out and some blooding here, playing against teams of international caliber. Jamaica tried to work their way down the right-hand side. Stewart to Williams. Williams looking square towards Jones. Can't maintain contact. And now the SSFL, that's a heavy, heavy touch there, and gives it straight back to Jamaica. That will come towards Needham. And that was an offside call, now spotted by the official. So the competition starting here today. Tomorrow it will be at the Attobolden Stadium in Couva. And that should be another interesting bout of matches. Under 17 matches on today. Here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. At the Attobolden Stadium tomorrow, it's the under-20 girls, TNT United versus Indy Premier. The USA side will lock horns. And TNT All-Stars will take on Jamaica at 7 p.m. So a couple of matches at the Attobolden Stadium. And we will be in Sangre Grande on the 17th. That's on Wednesday. Attobolden Stadium will round off the under-17 fixtures. So 3 rounds of matches in the under-17s and ditto for the under-20s. The finals are set for the 21st of December. And one would feel that the team in yellow and green has a pretty good shot of being in that finals. First, they have to overcome this Trinidad and Tobago all-star team. Herbert does well, gets the ball in, but couldn't find Seeley. Trinidad and Tobago playing with a lone striker here, and Seeley has been fed on scraps so far. No real chances for Trinidad and Tobago. Behind the back of Needham, who does well to turn and chase. Oh, she's been really hassled here by the TNT defender. That's good work by Mitchell coming back to get that one out of play. A smattering of supporters here to watch this one. And a few of the American parents are gathered at the bottom of the stands, just outside of your picture. Ball is in the hands of Grant at the moment for Jamaica. Sets up for the long throw. Grant again. She tries to cross that one. That may find its way across towards the Jamaica player on the far side. It does find Daly, who smashes it in left-footed. That looked more like a shot than an attempted cross. It really was a full-blooded attempt there by Daly. Apologizes to those in the middle. Well, the SSFL Future Stars would have been very happy to see that one sail over the bar. Lights are starting to fade here in Port of Spain, Trinidad. 5 o'clock start, 4 o'clock Jamaica time, just to be correct. And the sun setting just behind where our camera is. It's quite a spectacle. Wish we could bring that to you, but we're focused on the football at the moment. This wonderful stadium here, Hasely Crawford Stadium, has seen so much action. Last time a Trinidad and Tobago and a Jamaica side played here, it would have been last month, where TNT and Jamaica drew 1-1. A very interesting game indeed. Jamaica went on in that men's World Cup qualifying match to draw with Curacao and now fall into the playoff. It is the first water break of the game, and the score at it is 0-0. Jamaica under 17s dominating play, but they have so far not been able to find the net. So the score at the first water break is 0-0. SSFL Future Stars and Jamaica under 17. Welcome back to action here on Sportstream TT. Jewels of the Caribbean. Jamaica under 17s having the better of the exchanges by far here. They've looked far more structured in their approach, but they just haven't been able to find the net. That was almost a giveaway there for Herbert, who has looked very good so far in this match for the SSFL Future Stars. Nice turn by Charles. Plays himself into trouble though, and Needham gets it forward. Paul will have to do the work here for a team. Gets it forward to Lewis for the SSFL Future Stars. Showed too much of the ball, and the bigger and faster Jamaican players are feasting on this at the moment. Well, that looked like, I think the referee could have played the advantage there. But she's in a very good position, and I think maybe she felt that the advantage wouldn't accrue well for the Jamaica team. Stewart had two players in front of her. That was good work by Jones. Just getting past the player and winning the free kick for Jamaica. Very dangerous here for the SSFL Future Stars. Interestingly, they've put two players on the line here, helping out their goalkeeper, Kane, in the pink. And very, very interesting. Only three players in the wall for a free kick in a very central position. Well, this is going to be very interesting indeed. Here's the free kick. That's hit well, and it's in. Jamaica are ahead. A very good free kick. Two players on the line, three in the wall, and Jamaica score. Celebrations going on just below us, as that was a very powerfully hit free kick. And Jamaica had deservedly so. They have been the far better team so far. And it was only a matter of time, you felt. But it was very, very interesting, the decision to only have three players in the wall. And they paid the price there. A lot of room for the Jamaica player. In fact, that one went very central and just powered past the goalkeeper. Here's Stewart, trying to go inside and out. Jamaica looking for a quick second here. That's a good shot, and it's in the corner of the net. 2-0 Jamaica. And just like that, they have a second goal. And it's Jones this time that gets the second one. So 2-0 to Jamaica, and they are well and truly ahead here in this one. And it's looking like this is going to be a really heavy score for this SSFL Future Stars team to overcome. Chance here perhaps for Hasely. So Gianna Jones celebrated, and appearance of the Jamaica team just under our camera position, so every time they score they run across to celebrate with their parents, and it's great to see the parents out here enjoying the time with their team is ahead at the moment. The Jamaicans very buoyant here inside the Hasely Crawford Stadium at the moment, but the first corner of the match for the SSFL Future Stars, a chance for them perhaps to pull back a goal. They haven't really troubled the Jamaicans from free play. This was in fact the first time. This one's headed away at the near post by Daly. Jamaica will try to mount a counter-attack here. It's good work by the skipper. The Jamaica player goes down, and that's Daly, who is down inside of the area at the moment. And the physio for Jamaica racing on. Love it when the physio is the fittest person around, and she's here. I think Daly will be okay. Just seemed to have been momentarily stunned, and the physio for the Jamaica team pulls her to her feet, so she seems to be okay right now. So a double strike for Jamaica in very quick time. 2 goals. And they are well and truly in position now to pick up these 3 points. Physio for Jamaica is Kanya Pert. And Kanya Pert raced onto the field. Looks like she has maybe a 100-meter background to her. Not surprising if you're a Jamaican. Not a foul, and a free kick for the SSFL Future Stars. Can they find some joy here in this game, finally, from a dead ball situation? The first corner that they took was not of the best quality. So they'll have to improve here. This one's going to be swinging left-footed, so an in-swinger, always difficult for the defensive teams. One bad touch and the ball could end up in the back of your net. Artificial lights now coming on here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium as the natural ones fade away. Knocked in towards the near post. Oh, that's in! That is the reply. And Daniel is celebrating for Trinidad and Tobago. So Daniel, I think that one went in directly from the corner, from the free kick correction. So 2-1, and just as they had hoped, they got back the goal from the free kick situation. They're always very difficult to defend, and what happened there, it was really clever work by Guerrero, but Jamaica comes threatening. We'll get back to that in a moment. It was knocked in by Daniel, and Guerrero very cleverly shielded the ball from the goalkeeper, and at the last moment just seemed to pull her body away from the line of the ball, and the keeper, Kidd, was absolutely befuddled. And that one went bouncing into the back of the net. So 2-1, and the SSFL Future Stars have halved the deficit, but Jamaica will be stung by this. They will be looking for a quick response. That's driven in, headed away by Charles, and the volley is wide. Solid contact, but the direction not up to the quality of the strike. So after a goalless 22 minutes, we've had 3 goals within the space of 6 minutes. What about that? 2-1, shaping up to be an exciting fixture. There's Guerrero getting this one forward towards Hasely. She is well marked again. And that goal seems to have given the SSFL Future Stars a bit of belief here. Here comes Hasely. She's knocked over. Is that going to be a free kick? No, it's not. Oh, that's wonderful play by Herbert, who could score. Wonderful save by Kidd. Kidd does very well to get her body in front of that. But that was a great run by Herbert. Her speed really took her past a couple of defenders and almost able to knock it into the net. But great credit to Kidd. She couldn't do much about that free kick that beat her a couple of moments ago, but this time she was equal to the task. So the Jamaicans now will know that Herbert is going to be a real threat, and now you can see that one of the defenders, McLean, is keeping a very close tab on Herbert. The lights haven't fully taken effect here, but she is a virtual shadow of Herbert at the moment, McLean. It will be a free kick. Guerrero will take this one. Kidd will clean up that one. It was aimed in the direction of Herbert and Hasely. Neither could get anywhere close to that. Here comes Jamaica again. And a couple of misplayed passes here for the Jamaica team. Certainly that goal would have rattled them a bit after that double strike. The Americans are here in great number, and they've headed across towards the dressing rooms on the far side, getting ready. Dressing rooms have been redone here recently at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. Had a chance to go into one of them, and they look really wonderful. There's a huge picture of Dwight York, the current national coach, in there. And several of the amazing players who have represented Trinidad and Tobago, their faces are plastered over those dressing rooms. They look on and inspire the future stars of Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean. Kidd nonchalantly sends this one downfield, but straight to Daniel, the goal scorer. And a shot from distance, and Kidd, well, got a touch onto that. That's another splendid save by Kidd, and knocks that one wide. That save was made all the more difficult by the fact that the SSFL Future Stars player hit it one time, And Kidd saw it coming through a forest of legs. Got down quickly to push it away with the left hand. Another dead ball situation here for the SSFL Future Stars. Can they get something back? Can they pull it back to parity here? Near post. Oh, that was a chance. Oh, my. Daniel had a chance to double up her tally. Couldn't get the right contact. Here comes Jamaica. Nicely worked 1-2. Daly rushing to get the return pass. Very quickly, the Jamaicans advance. Here's the ball knocked in towards the far post. Ako lets that one run. Runs it out of play. Jamaica will want to get back their 2-goal cushion at this time. They've done a lot of work here in this first half, and their coach, Clive Wedderburn, might be feeling that they could have had a couple more goals. They might get one here. Looking very dangerous. Richards has it on the far side. Back in the center. Here's Jones with a shot. This time straight at the goalkeeper. Didn't get the full power, the full extent of the instep behind it. And Kane did well to collapse and collect that one. Good kick here by Kane. Seeley's interested in this one. She's racing in behind the Jamaican player McLean, who is forced to clear her lines. Not enough distance to get that one back to Kidd and run for the return play, so she decides to sweep it towards the near side. Here's Guerrero. Oh, that's a heavy, heavy challenge. And Grant didn't see the TNT player. Given back to the TNT team. Offside against Herbert, who had strayed beyond the last defender. Foot race on here for the Trinidad and Tobago, the SSFL captain, that's Paul, gets it forward. Here's Guerrero. That's a nice bit of work by Guerrero to get past the Jamaica player. Now looks for Herbert. That's wonderful work there by McLean. Showing her experience, McLean, just leaning onto Herbert, just putting enough of a shoulder on her to slow down her progress. She's already picked up some of the defensive arts and incorporated that into her game. Very clever work indeed. Group stage action here in the Jewels of the Caribbean under-17 tournament. And Guerrero tries to get that one while she runs it out of play. And this one is termed, this tournament has become a feature of the December month in the past couple of years. It's called the December Her Initiative, H-E-R rather than E-R at the end of the word, if you catch the clever interplay. Well, that's a rather ambitious shot. Easy for Kidd. This one's primarily a warm-up for the January 2026 CONCACAF Under-17 qualifiers. Great opportunity for Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica to get to blood some of their players and get a look at some of the other players. Oh, that's given away! Third goal for Jamaica. Bad giveaway at the back. And Richards has the third goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the fourth official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 2 minutes of added time in the first half.
So Richards has restored the 2-goal cushion for the Jamaica under-17 team. And that was a really bad mix-up there. An attempted back pass, and the Trinidad and Tobago player unable to get a right good enough touch on it. Really left Kane exposed. And Richards got the ball and knocked it towards goal. There was a defender on the line, but she was wrong-footed and not in the great position to keep it out of her foot and in the goal. But it will be credited to Richards because the shot was on target. Here's Hibbert with the throw-in. There's your goal scorer, Richards, getting that one clear. Here comes Jamaica. That's knocked beyond the Jamaica player. She catches up with it. She has Jack for company. Swung in. She was looking down the line once more. And, well, there's the whistle that ends the first half. And a very good first half for the Jamaica under-17. They lead by 3 goals to 1. So Jamaica 3, SSFL Fuji Stars 1. That's the score at the halftime break. Welcome back to second half action in this Jewels of the Caribbean Under-17 match. SSFL Future Stars in the green against Jamaica Under-17s. The Jamaica Under-17s in the green and yellow outfits. They're attacking the goal to our left. They lead by 3-1. Pendergast, Daniel, and Richards, your scorers from the first half. And Pendergast, Jones, and Richards, correction. Daniel scoring directly from a free kick for the SSFL Future Stars. They had it at 2-1 at that moment, but Jamaica getting a third. So a 2-goal cushion for Jamaica. Not seeing too many changes out there at the moment. Paul is robbed of it here by the one change that we have seen. That's Bailey coming on for Jamaica. Number 9 playing on the left-hand side. And Bailey getting immediately into the action here. Jamaica will want to kill off this game as quickly as possible. If they can get a couple of goals early here, that could very well break the motivation of the SSFL Future Stars team. Here's Pendergast, score off the first goal. Robbed of it here. And Daniel, who's had a good game, gets that one across, but headed away by Grant. And now, spread further wide here by Cordner, who is on for the SSFL Future Stars. Can she get the cross in? Goes one way and then the next. Here's Guerrero. Could get a shot on here. Guerrero. And it's wide of the mark. Not missed by a huge amount there. Good play by Guerrero, but also excellent work by the Jamaica team. The defensive midfielder just getting across, just putting enough of a body on Guerrero to put her off balance that he was unable to really get that one on target. So good signs here for the Jamaica Under-17 team. You can see the experience of the players. Very quick and very skillful indeed. That's another example of it there from Daly. Well, it comes to nothing. And they do have that physicality, as you tend to see with the Jamaican teams. They are not going to give you an easier game. And Daly lost the ball, but came back and let the SSFL Future Stars player know that, hey, you're not going to get it that easy next time. Lewis, who has not done a huge amount in this game, or has not been allowed to really get away. She was the one who was bundled over. Now has to chase down the ball. So free kick coming up here for the SSFL Future Stars. And not a dissimilar position from which they got their first goal. Was driven in towards the near post, left-footed. And that one went in directly off the boot of Daniel. Daniel may think about that again. This time, Jamaica keeping a higher back line. And so the keeper was confused the last time round. So there won't be any of that. Making sure that won't happen again. But it's going to be taken left-footed here by Daniel. I'm sure she's going to make an attempt on goal. Bailey, Jones in the wall. They turn and watch Daly. Driving this one towards the middle of the park. Well, the header, two players went up for it. Neither got a head to it, and it just dropped and backspin took it on into the hands of Kidd. SSFL Future Stars, do they have the self-belief that they can come back to get the win? Well, certainly from the run we're seeing by Herbert, I certainly do have some belief in this team. Herbert has been impressive. Seeley has tried very hard. Guerrero has also been good for the Future Stars. And that's the substitute Bailey, just running that one out of play. Oh, that's lovely. Guerrero showing her skill twice there. A great platform for her to show what she's made of and to perhaps cement her place in the Trinidad and Tobago team. Foul there on the other player to come on. That's Elizabeth Miller, one of two Millers. Tonya Miller is the other one, presumably her relative. Tonya Miller is 16. She is still on the bench, I believe. And Elizabeth Miller on wins the foul. Knocked in towards the box. Good delivery. Kidd has lost it. There are two Jamaicans around her, but neither could get the boot on it to knock it into the net. That's Kane, correction. And Kane does well to make the save under heavy pressure. Well, no composure shown there by Daniel. She had acres of space, just kicked it up into the air. Now taken away. Here's Herbert. Looks for Seeley. Seeley went one channel and she went the other. It's a good ball down the line. Trying to turn with it here is Miller. The defender wasn't fooled by that one at all. Stood her ground well and gets it forward. Seeley now turns nicely. That's a good bit of play by Seeley. She has the confidence to get that ball away, and Daniel is knocked over. That's going to be, well, the referee's decided to play on here, but no advantage accruing to the SSFL Future Stars. Herbert is trying to change that now. Well, she was just surrounded by three players. Now she gets the ball back and wisely sends it back towards one of her defenders. It's very meekly given away here by the Future Stars. This is going to be interesting here. Miller just unable to get it, but they will have a corner. And in the background, you can see there's the Indy Premier team out from Indianapolis in Indiana, as you would expect. The amateur sports capital of the world, it's called. And they're going to be competitive in this tournament. And I'm sure that they're the unknown quantity in this event. We know the quality of Jamaica, but we'll see what they have to offer here. Here's the corner for Jamaica. That's overhit, gone over everyone. And the Trinidad and Tobago allowing it to just play it, just allows it to run away. So 3-1, no goals in the first 22 minutes, and then a flurry of goals, three goals within the space of 6 minutes. And that's how the score has stayed since then. 3-1 for the Jamaica under-17s. Well, it's a rather aimless-looking ball that only finds Pendergast, the goal scorer. First goal for her. Lecky allows that one to run. The Jamaicans now looking to prize open from the right-hand side, but that was a misplayed pass. And Herbert, who is on the defensive duties, gets ahead of that one. That one's allowed to run through. Well, Kane was... Oh! This could be a second goal here! Oh, Kane is beaten! And it's in! And it is Daniel that has the goal. 9 minutes into the second half, a horrible mistake there by Kidd. And that is the goal they wanted. So 3-2 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a goal for the SSFL Future Stars. Goal scored by number 17, Shakira Daniel.
So 54th minute, and Daniel has her second, but that was all down to the error by the goalkeeper there. Coming out and just... But you have to credit Daniel for that, because she stuck to it. It really looked like it was the keeper's ball to clear, but she got her body in line, knocked it back, and then had the easiest task. Well, it didn't look that easy in the end, but she was able to knock it over the line and get the goal. This one's into the side netting from an acute angle. So it's a lot closer than it appears to be at the moment, with the SSFL Future Stars coming back again to score. 3-2, and will this fire up the Jamaicans and fire up their offense? They've had two substitutions in the second half, Brown and Miller coming on. Neither have been able to do much so far, but that might change here, because Miller has picked it up, spanked it towards goal, but it's charged down. She gets it back, finds Bailey, who knocks it in towards Miller again. Miller, tall, powerful looking forward. Well, the understanding wasn't there between the two Jamaica players. Nice turn here by Lucky. And Jones. And the SSFL Stars have not been overawed here, despite the fact that Jamaica went up 2-0 and 3-1. And they continue to plug in here. They continue to try gamely here against this Jamaica team. It's been a lot of that. Just showing too much of the ball. Instead of looking for the outlet pass, trying to dribble from that defensive position. Never a good idea, especially against these fast and skillful Jamaican players. Night has fallen here in Trinidad and Tobago. And wonderful lights here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. This is the last tournament of the year to be played at this venue. It's going to be closed until for a couple of months for maintenance work. Heavy schedule for the stadium in the last few months. There have been several World Cup qualifiers played here, and a lot of training for the national team. Also, some of the TTFA matches have been played here, so the routine maintenance at the end of the year is just about to start, but not before this tournament is over. Player down for the SSFL Future Stars. And also a Jamaica player down. It seems like cramp at the moment, and that is Jones on the far side, who is cramping up and is getting some attention from the physio. So all of this jewels of the Caribbean tournament. All looking forward to see the American invasion. The first time the US-based club in the Premier will join the rotation in this tournament. It's has been, as the name would suggest, Caribbean only in terms of the teams, but the American team will certainly add a lot of flavor and a lot of competition to this tournament. Americans, of course, are the top women's team in the world, and it certainly will add a tactical dimension against the technical possession-based style favored by the likes of Trinidad and Jamaica. So Jamaica will get the free kick here. And you're watching SportStream's TT. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. A lot of action on different sports on the channel. Williams trying to get the ball forward for Jamaica. There's a noticeably more bite in this SSFL Future Stars team. They look a more confident bunch here in the second half, especially after getting that second goal. Now they feel that they can come back and equalize here. Both goals have come from defensive mistakes for Jamaica. That's not totally down to Jamaica. That's also the stick-to-itiveness of the Trinidad and Tobago team. Jamaica pressing for a fourth here to retain or to maintain or get back that two-goal cushion. Bailey trying to get beyond the TNT player, but Lewis sticks to her task well. Now it's a giveaway here to Herbert, and she in turn gives it back to the Jamaicans, and Grant picks it up. Grant has a work cut out for her with Herbert. Those two have been battling all the way through. It's been quite entertaining to watch. Here's Bailey. 1-on-1. Momentarily gets past the defender, but it's cleared, but straight back to Jamaica. And moment of lack of clarity there between Pendergast and her fellow player. Hasely Crawford Stadium was almost full here for the TNT Jamaica match. It's always A match that is widely followed in both countries. A lot of history between the two nations in the sporting world, especially in football. Jamaica have the bragging rights in terms of being the first Caribbean team to go to the Men's World Cup. They've also been to 2 Women's World Cups, and TNT have not qualified for that tournament. They didn't come close. They were in the qualifier some years ago, but faltered at the last hurdle. The cross comes in. 2 Jamaicans on the near side of the field. Williams twists and turns, but the shot is not an accurate one. So Jamaica play it down, and now it looks like a bit of cramp here. Yeah, it is cramp, and the physio comes racing on as she does. So 3-2. 3 goals within 6 minutes, just after the half-time, or rather the break for water in the first half. Pendergast with a free kick, getting Jamaica ahead. Jones with a blast that beat the keeper, and then Daniel with a free kick that went in past the Jamaica keeper to bring it back to 2-1. Richards profiting from a defensive mistake to make it 3-1 for Jamaica. That's what it was at the half. And in the second half, Daniel getting her second goal for the SSFL Future Stars. And whatever Brian London has told them at the half-time break has certainly had the effect, because they've looked a completely different outfit. A lot more energy, a lot more commitment, a lot more bite in the tackles, more purpose in the passes too. That's not a good sight. Jamaica they're watching Jones limp off here. And she may be replaced there, Jones. Well, actually, that limp is diminishing as she walks off, so she may be able to shake that off and come on. She has played her part in the middle of the park for Jamaica. So temporarily down to 10 players at Jamaica. They press here. That's a good bit of work. Oh, Bailey almost getting in on the end of that. The communication there between trying to play out to the back, the SSFL Future Stars almost worked against them. Just to remind you that we will have matches tomorrow from the Attleborden Stadium as the under-20 teams get underway. TNT versus Indy Premier, 5 p.m. at the Attleborden Stadium, and then at 7, TNT All-Stars against Jamaica in the under-20 fixtures. And we go to Sangre Grande next, and we're back here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium in 3 days' time on the 18th of December. So it's some under-20 matches. So you can plan your calendars around that. If you can't, you can watch it here on SportsStream TT, and don't forget to like, share, and also to subscribe to the channel. Free kick for Jamaica. And last time TNT went with 3 players in the wall, and that did not work out very well for them, and they've gone back again with 3 players. This one is maybe a couple feet outside. And it does expose the goalkeeper. Kane was beaten by pace of the last shot. And if she gets it as on target, it's going to be interesting. TNT with 2 players on the line again. That's wide of the mark. That was hit well. A lot of power in that, but wide of the mark. It would have been interesting if it had been on target. So 2 sports-mad countries clashing here in this one. Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica. Competition in all different sports. Football, one of them, of course. Cricket. Just about anything. I think a hopscotch match between Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica will be very competitive. Another injury. A lot of these players have not been playing actively. And an injury this time to the Jamaica keeper, Kidd. who goes down, and another instance of cramp. So certainly these players and their respective coaches will want to be working on fitness ahead of the 2026 CONCACAF Under-17s. Not long away from that, so we'll have to put in the work, put in the hard yards, as the old saying goes. If you burn in the sun, you won't fade in the light, or something to that effect. So more momentary halt to proceedings here as the Jamaica keeper Kidd gets some treatment. So far they've looked pretty good. There have been odd bits of miscommunication and misfiring. Their striking has not been up to their normally high standards. All of these young strikers for Jamaica, they all look up to Khadija Bunny Shaw, the Manchester City player, who is absolutely one of the great, already one of the great legends of the Jamaica women's team. Now we have a substitution here for the SSFL Future Stars, and Seeley's going to come off. Double substitution for the TNT All-Star team. And also going to come off here is Ako. So Seeley is off. And let's see who's going to come into a place. Well, number 3. And we'll identify her for you. She's come in to take her place, and she's come across to the right-hand side, right wing position. Also coming in for Trinidad and Tobago, and going to the right back position. This is number 11, that's Roberts. Jamaica have also changed their goalkeeper. Kidd has come off, and Kathy has come on. So flurry of substitutions, early touch here for Roberts, who is on in the right back position. So throw in for Jamaica. They will having some problems retrieving the ball, which has gone into the storm drain. So one of the Jamaica players has to climb in. That's Daly who decides to make the jump. It's not the easiest of jump, but she looks very, very fit, young Daly, and does it quite easily. For an elderly gent like myself, that would have been a lot more difficult. Knocked into touch. Jewels of the Caribbean, also featuring the Indie Premier team. We'll see them in a few, just about half an hour or so. That's nice work by Williams.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a substitution for
that was an attempt. Well, it was an attempted shot that almost became a great pass for Williams.
And entering the field of play for her is Latoya Dillon. Also leaving the field of play for Jamaica, number 17 is number 13, Kayla Kidd, and entering the field of play for her is London Cadley. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a substitution for SSFL Future Stars. Leaving the field of play is number 13, Akila Aku, and entering the field of play for her is Rhea Roberts.
Almost problems there at the back for the SSFL Future Stars. Williams, one of us. Well, that one's run out of play. And Bailey was the one who was attempting to get to the byline to get the cross in, but nothing materialized from that. Every ball seems to be finding a player in gold and green at the moment. Kane decides, I'm going to punt this one upfield, and then promptly just hits it high up into the air. Will fall kindly here for Williams for Jamaica. And now that's just rather agriculturally knocked away by Daniel. The SSFL team, they need to get a goal back. Well, there's another bit of athleticism shown by Daniel. Just outside of your picture, jumping into the storm drain. It's a field that drains very well here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium. You won't get a chance to see it though, because quite fine weather today. It's quite rainy last week here in Trinidad and Tobago, but since then the weather has been fine, very hot indeed. And both of these countries will be quite used to that kind of weather. So a bit of a quiet period here, not a lot of goalmouth action between both teams. And since that goal by Daniel for the SSFL Future Stars, it's been a bit more caution here from both teams. The Jamaicans, though, have been maybe the slightly more aggressive of the two. And Williams has had, Miller in fact, has had a lot to do with that. Knocked straight back out towards Jones. Daly correction. Loose ball in the middle, picked up here by the SSFL Stars. Nice ball by Daniel. Oh, and here is Herbert. Herbert can find a cross. Yes, she does. Well, she was looking for the player coming in at the back post. But straight into the arms of Kathy, who's come on for the Jamaica team. Jamaica have a lot of really good goalkeepers. Schneider has really nailed down that #1 shirt for the senior team over the years. And part of 2 World Cup teams for Jamaica. It is a huge, and I'm sure for Trinidad and Tobago also, it really is a huge pleasure to see a Caribbean team in the Women's World Cup, and Jamaica have been flying the flag for Caribbean teams. Chance here. Oh, that's good work. Got that on target there, Bailey, and cleared at the near post. And she deserves all the credit she's getting. Here, her teammates telling her, yes, that was great work there. Charles installing herself at the near post, and she stood her ground. That ball was coming directly at her face and just got up in time to head it out for a corner. Good work by Charles. That could have been 4-2 for the Jamaica team, and that's what they're looking for, a goal to restore their 2-goal cushion. Daly with the very quick cross, but that one just drifts out of play. The teams for the second game warming up behind the goal. That's going to be another interesting one here. Another Trinidad and Tobago team, and the Americans in the Premier also will be involved in that. Loose ball goes the way of Jamaica. Here is Williams. Might think about a shot here, Williams, if she can find an opening. And she does find the opening, and her shot is wide of the mark. And drops into the steeplechase trough there for a moment. Yeah, that finds Lewis playing in a more central position now. Lewis actually started on the right-hand side. Not much in the way of service for her. But in the second half, she's gone into that central position with the withdrawal of Hasely. And she's finding a bit more of the ball there. So she might be, she's a bit fresher than Hasely because she hasn't had a huge amount of running. Her work has been more defensive in that first half. Daly has been a towering figure at the back for the Jamaica team. Oh, the SSFL player was bundled over there. And she would have been part of the St. Joseph's Convent team that played in the SSFL semi-finals last week, I believe. And she was injured in that game, if I remember correctly, and it was that right arm, which is strapped at the moment. And she's just feeling the shoulder at the moment. I hope she hasn't re-injured herself here. And everything is not looking okay with the player. She's down at the moment. And I think that is exactly what has happened. That was the injury that she had in that SSFL semi-final right here at the Hasely Crawford Stadium a week ago. And now she's down just minutes after coming on. This one's hit towards goal and just over the bar. Kathy was able to watch that one fly over the bar. And that's from Guerrero. So treatment continues on the sideline for the SSFL Future Stars player. In the meantime, Jamaica continue. Here's Bailey, who has made a real nuisance of herself for the SSFL Future Stars down this left-hand side for Jamaica under 17s. Quite a busy-looking player. She just drops those shoulders and she comes at you full of running. And boy, she looks like a handful here. And Roberts, the number 11 who's come in, well, she will have her hands full with Bailey on this side. Jamaica, possible chance to shoot here. And that's hit just wide. Not far away. It hit the TTFA flag at the back. TTFA, in case you're not watching from Trinidad and Tobago, that's the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, the governing body for the sport here in Trinidad and Tobago. And they are the organizing force behind this tournament. This really was a great initiative that was introduced in 2023, and it's produced a couple of household names. Well, that's good work by Jack. She may have thought about knocking that back to Kane, but the Jamaica player was closing in like a freight train, Miller. So I think she did it was the right option for her to knock that one away. Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago have made a change. And unfortunately, we weren't given the name of the number 3 player. Apologies for that. It was not in the official team sheet. And a player has come on to replace her, and it is Lee Yeloy who has come on. A really sad appearance here for the young lady. Really have to feel for her as she watches Herbert drive forward. Well, Yeloy was looking one way and the ball went the other. Herbert has been really the most impressive player so for the SSFL team.
Leading the field of play is number 5, Emma Nees, and entering the field of play is number 7, Kyrie Leon.
So actually she was listed as number 5, but it was really number 3 that she wore, so maybe just a misprint. So Neves was the name of the player. Unfortunately, we're not going to call her name Emma Neves, and she's now back on the bench after falling heavily. And she tried to carry on, but seems that previous injury has kept her out. That's a good bit of work there by Roberts again. Bailey driving down the left-hand side, but good work by the defense. Bailey is left clutching her leg here, her left knee, as she's just gingerly getting up for Jamaica. Well, she's shaking it off. She looks like a sturdy player. I don't think it's going to take a freight train to knock her down. Jamaica pressed for a fourth goal here. After a quiet period in the game, they're now back at their level best looking for this fourth goal. Richards on the far side. Let's knock forward, looking for the head of Daniel, who can't get a touch on it. Daniel has 2 goals for the SSFL Future Stars. Guerrero with the hopeful ball forward. That will find the Jamaica keeper, who sends an intelligent ball out towards Daly. Here's Williams. And Leckie, who's played well in the middle of the park for Jamaica. Grant forward, gets a return ball, and now prods it into space here. Good move by Jamaica. Nice flowing move from the land of food and water. Nice 1-2 again, but just too far ahead. That one runs away for a goal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a goal scored by the Jamaica under 17 girls. Goal scored by number 7, Rickwana Richards.
Looking for more here to punish the SSFL team late. 3 rounds of play, and then the final is in this under-17 competition, so they know that they have the likes of Indy Premiers playing later on, so they would love to fatten up their youngest here. At the moment, right now, it's a pretty healthy, positive pace. They'll be looking for a couple more goals here. In doing so, that may open up the door for the SSFL future stars. The corner, Miller, correction. For Jamaica coming on, the number 16. A little bit tense on the middle on Jamaica. It's a game that these SSFL future stars will remember well.
Against a team of the quality of Jamaica under 17s will really give you an assessment of where your game is and where you need to be, seeing against these quality players. And right now it looks like they will be heading towards defeat with just 2.5 minutes to go in normal time, plus whatever time is added on for stoppages. But they've been game, the SSFL Future Stars. They just haven't looked as cohesive or well structured as the Jamaica under 17s. All of these girls are playing for different teams in the SSFL competition. Well, that looks like cramp for Daly, and who's trying to shake it off here, but a chance here for Jamaica. That's good work by the SSFL player. Paul, the captain, is getting her body in the way on that far side. Referee will take the ball back and restart the play with a drop ball. Daly seems to have shaken off that bit of cramp that she has. No, she still has it actually. Just after she kicked the ball, she went down clutching her knee again. And she does have a pre-existing injury. That right knee of hers is heavily strapped. So I wonder if she will be featuring in the next game. Another change here for the All-Stars. Number 14, Omamu, is going to come on for Guerrero, who has faded for the game, to be honest. She has looked very, very skillful in this game. Certainly looks a great prospect for Trinidad and Tobago. But she's run out of steam here.
We have a substitution for the SSFL Future Stars. Leaving the field of play is number 10, Michaela Guerrero. And entering the field of play is number 14, Michaela Omamu.
Oh, that's not the pass that Richards was looking for, and she just hops with dismay as that one went in the opposite direction to where she had made her run. She was looking for a diagonal pass, yes, but maybe a bit more angle on it. So as Port of Spain settles whatever you're doing tonight, thank you so much for joining us here on SportsStream TT. And please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And you can watch the entire tournament here if you can't make it to the various venues at Wimbledon Stadium tomorrow. And we will be in Sangre Grande on Wednesday. And I certainly hope that you can join us for those and all of the matches here in this competition. Coming up next, Trinidad and Tobago versus Indy Premier. That's next game in this Jewels 2025 tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth official on the sideline has indicated that there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added-on time in the second half.
Just 1 minute to be added on for stoppage time, and we are 40 seconds into that. So I don't need any minute now, they could blow off the game. But is there a time for the SSFL Future Stars to get a goal back? For a moment, a split second, it looked like there was a sniff at a chance, but the Jamaican defense organizes itself and snuffs out any danger. Now they come down. Referee's going to have a look at watch in a moment. And in just a couple of seconds, SSFL Future Stars will not want to give up another goal so late in this one. That will give them a -3 goal difference. Can she turn? Can she get the shot? Oh, that's a great tackle. Williams. Oh, that is, Williams got everything into that, but the defender came down and tackled a very good tackle. Mitchell, I think, was the player who came across to make the stop. Mitchell is injured, and Richards, I think, also seems to have injured herself. Williams actually was the player, but she seems to have walked it off. Another bit of work here for the physio, and it's been quite busy for these two physios today. There's been cramp, there have been injuries, shoulder injuries, as well as the injuries to the knees and feet, as you would expect in a game like this. But the Jamaica under-17 team have been well worth the points here today, and they will have a chance here to add on perhaps another goal. From a dead ball situation, this one is not central, decidedly towards the right. And the Future Stars have not gone with the two players on the line. They might be looking to put a few more players in the wall this time. And, well, Mitchell was walking in the wrong direction there. The physio had to guide her off. She was trying to walk off through the middle of the park, but the physio said, nope, we got to walk off at the back here. So they've now gone across the goal line. Here's the free kick. And Wilson Grant, who was able to score from a similar position. The two players back on the line. Oh, that's well stopped, and it's in. 5 goals for Jamaica. The free kick was saved this time, and Miller was there to knock in the rebound. So 5-2 Jamaica, and the under-17s are romping home by 5-2 at the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a goal scored for the Jamaica under-17.
And that's the final whistle. And Miller's goal is pretty much the last bit of work in the second half. Jamaica under-17s running off by winners 5-2.
SSFL Future Stars 2.
2 goals for Richards, 1 for Pendergrass, 1 for Jones, and 1 for Miller at the end. And Jamaica under-17s get 5. 2 goals for Daniel for the SSFL Future Stars. Put in a good performance, but they were overmatched here by this well-oiled Jamaica under-17 team, and they run out 5-2 winners. TNT versus Indy Premier coming up in the second game, so we will take a short break and we will be back with that match in a few minutes' time.